not sorry. Yeah. Though it hurts, I only wish you blessings. When intuition talks, you gotta listen. I won't lose myself for anybody. I'm not sorry. Yeah. 'Cause you build me up to break me down. Never respect the love you found. And I had a voice inside the back of my mind. I always knew it deep down. You don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh, no looking back this time. 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 Running from the truth was getting reckless. In your arms I never felt protected. Oh. 'Cause you don't deserve me, babe, I won't lie. Got no more tears to cry. Oh. No looking back this time. 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 No looking back this time.
Yes, 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 yes. Hope you are all well this evening. I've got another show for you tonight. It's been a couple of days. Thought I would do this show around tactical analysis. This one is going to be looking at a couple of videos which other content creators have made, and I will put the links in the chat. One of them is from James Lawrence Alcott, JLA, which is absolutely brilliant. Really rate this guy. Does some really good stuff. And another one is from the Anfield Index, the Under Pressure podcast, which has got Dr. Bart, Cy Brundish, and Trev Downey. Really, really good shows. Definitely go and check them out. What I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be just talking about what they talk about, and kind of break it down into the conversations that we've had for quite a long time around Liverpool, around Arnie Slot, around how we've been in this ongoing malaise for, well, pretty much from the back end of last season. I would say 2025, the start of 2025. This has all kind of just been ongoing, and it's kind of come to a crescendo with Arnie Slot's first ever 3 defeats ever in his tenure as a manager. Just get that one round your head, because he's never lost 3 games in a row ever until now as a manager, and he's been a manager for nearly 5 years. So this is uncharted territory that he's in. It's uncharted territory really that we're in for a while. But this is something that we need to quickly get over. This is a hurdle we need to step over. We definitely need to get back on track with a win. Unfortunately, Manchester United won their first game in God knows how long in their last game, and they played quite well. Liverpool really need to get back on track here, but I just think Liverpool need to do a couple of things differently to be able to do that. And we don't need to be walking into this Manchester United game at Anfield making ourselves look wide open in the midfield area. And also, we don't need to play into their hands. Like, they played a lot of long ball football the last time they came to Anfield, and they got themselves a 2-2 draw, where they took the lead twice. So this is a case of stopping the rot and getting some confidence back into players. And I understand that we've had a really good international tournament for all the players. Pretty much every single player's had a good one, apart from Isaac. But that's not really his fault. He's not playing with a great team. They're not getting the best out of him. Even Alexis McAllister scored 2 goals playing on the left wing, funny enough, for Argentina. And then you've obviously got Cody, who's got 3 goals and 1 assist in his last 2 games. You've got Dominic Szoboszlai, who's got a goal and an assist, and Kirkes has looked sensational. Ekitike with an assist on his first start for France, and so on and so forth. I mean, the majority of our players play for Holland, funny enough. Mo Salah also bagged 2 as well, and he qualified for the World Cup. So there's a lot of positives with the international games, which makes me think that this isn't a player problem. This is a structural problem. This is a manager problem. This is a tactical problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to watch a little bit of the James Alcock video, but I'm just going to have it on silent because I don't want to get copywritten. But what I will do is I'll leave the subtitles on, and his video is really good because it kind of breaks down a lot of what I've been saying for a while, and the Anfield Index Under Pressure podcast hits home with some real figures that make you go, whoa. There's something which has been bubbling for a while that's kind of come to a crescendo, and we need to do something about it very quickly. James Alcott talks about the Bournemouth game being the red flag that we didn't do anything about. But we'll get into this now. So let me just share my screen and we can watch this. I'm not going to have the sound on because I don't want to get copywritten. To be honest, I don't know whether they copyright me for the sound, but I'm going to take it off anyway, just in case. Okay, so where is it? Yeah. Okay, so bear with me. Right, so you can see the channel here. Let me just make myself a bit smaller. Right. So what we'll do is we'll play it and we'll talk about it as we go through the video. Okay, so these are the 3 games that we've lost, and he's talking about. Oh, hang on, let me put the subtitles on. So he's talking about the systems that have created problems, and what he's basically talking about. He's talking about players not being able to get the ball to Salah and not being able to give Salah the kind of freedom that he's had before. I think what's really interesting is the whole Mo Salah piece, because Mo Salah's not getting the ball in the right areas. Mo Salah's not having enough shots. But Mo Salah hasn't got Dominic Szoboszlai anymore as a foil. And this is the conversation I've had before about taking Dominic Szoboszlai out of the number 10 position. Because you're taking Dom out of the number 10 position means that you are not getting the blind runner that runs beyond Mo Salah and takes away the positions from the other players, which means the defensive midfielder or the right-sided centre back follows Dom, takes Dom, goes with Dom, and that's not happening with Mo anymore. So Mo's got 2 players on him straight away, and also Mo is too far back, so he's got to make a longer distance to get to an area where he can be more advanced and more attacking. What he's talking about here, though, he's talking about Kirkez. If you look at the video, if you look at the heat map, which is a conversation I've had already, by the way. Okay, so that's Kirkez against Bournemouth. Kirkez had the ball in the opposition's final third twice. Literally twice. Like we are doing nothing right now that suits Kirkez as a player. But the biggest problem is it's his positioning. Like, he's being told to do the Robbo job, like, which is what Robinson did last year. That Kirkez's touch map for Bournemouth last year. Look at the difference. He plays so much more higher. He's so much more attack minded, and he's not centrally at all. Like, he hardly touches the ball in the centre. Like, he had 4 touches of the ball near the centre for the whole of the season. The whole of the season. Like, it's just a different player. Like, we're giving him a completely different role to do at Liverpool. And it just does not suit his game. It does not suit his game whatsoever. And then he talks about Luis Diaz. The fact that Luis Diaz give us so much width when he played wide. But then when we played him in the middle, he did this false 9 position, which is where he dropped in behind the midfielders and made blind runs into the box from different positions, from left or right. That's exactly what Ekitike could do, or Wirtz, given the freedom. But unfortunately, like, we're just not using the players like that. Ekitike, he's saying, had a really good season so far, which is great. But he's talked about the major problem, and the major problem is the traffic jam on the left-hand side, which is basically where Wirtz needs to play. He's talked about this traffic jam on the left-hand side, where you've got way too many players all in each other's passing lanes. And then he also talked about Liverpool's defence. Now this is one which is a real alarm. We are ranked 11th for goals conceded in the Premier League right now. And that's covering up some major gaps, like major gaps we've got. Ranked 11th for goals conceded in the Premier League already this season. Like, we're second in the Premier League behind Arsenal with 1 point, and we are ranked 11th. The really interesting thing about it is, on the Anfield podcast, the Anfield Index podcast, which I also want to talk about, we are conceding 1.3 xg each game for goals conceded. 1.3. We're conceding roughly 4 big chances per game as well. Like, these are numbers that we've never experienced. We've never experienced numbers like this under Slot, and this is what's happening this season. And it's a real concern because we're only creating 1.6. So we're barely creating more than the opposition. So basically every game could be a draw for Liverpool right now. And that's a real concern. And we'll talk about this more in the other video that I'm going to go over. But just carrying on with the Old Cop podcast. So last season we were ranked second. Now we're ranked 11th. Big difference. Really big difference. He's also talking about the setup that we played against Bournemouth because we didn't have Ryan Gravenberch. We played Dominic Szoboszlai in Ryan Gravenberch's position, and Gravenberch got caught out, which he's going to show you here. Like, he got caught out. Like, their goal was Gravenberch's fault. Like, he tried to do an elaborate back heel. He was stuck in no man's land. We had too many players in the opposition's box. This is where the ball caught Szoboszlai out. And then you got Endo in this weird position where he was too far advanced. I mean, the Endo substitution was mainly the reason why we conceded, because I have no idea why Slot decided he's going to play Endo as a right back in that game. He's got no pace. He's got no flair. Like, he hasn't got the capability to play as a right back. That was a dumb move. But he's made a few dumb moves this season in his substitutions. But you've got Szoboszlai completely isolated with 3 players around him. He gets caught on the ball. 6 seconds later, the ball's in the back of our net. 6 seconds later, from that position, the ball's in the back of our net. They just ran down the other end and scored. Like, that's wild. That's just wild. Like, for something to happen against Liverpool like that, it's unheard of. We do not concede goals like this. We don't concede goals like this. Like, this isn't what Liverpool do. Look, one pass, and then a cross and a goal. That was it. We're done. Cooked. That was the goal we conceded against Bournemouth. That doesn't happen against Liverpool. I'm sorry. That just does not happen against Liverpool. And that was the heat map in the game. Like, let me just break that down to you again. Like, look at this heat map. This was the heat map in the Bournemouth game. Like, what on earth is that for a heat map? Like, how is that structure ever going to work? That structure just isn't going to work when you have a massive gaping hole on the right-hand side. A massive gaping hole on the right-hand side. Like, it's never going to work. It's never going to work. And this has been the heat map for a lot of games. This massive gaping hole on the right-hand side. And you can sit there and say, oh, well, you've got Gravenberch there, but Gravenberch has been playing where Szoboszlai's been playing. Like, Gravenberch has had like more than 10 shots. Gravenberch has got 4 GA this season because he plays more attack-minded. And Gravenberch has said in an interview, I want to get forward more. Like, I've been encouraged to get forward more and score more goals. I'm sorry, mate, but if you're doing that, who the hell is covering for the huge chasm of space behind you where Paul Konate, and I will say Paul Konate, is basically in no man's land, like on his own, with the world to defend? Because Mo ain't doing it. Szoboszlai's not doing it because Szoboszlai's been playing right back recently, and if he doesn't play right back, then he plays either the 10 or he plays in the left-sided 8. So, no. Like, it's just weird. And in that position where Wirtz is not Wirtz's good position. It's not. And James really, really does Like, he really does make this make a lot of sense, because he shows you footage of Bayer Leverkusen, and this is where Wirtz needs to play. This is where Wirtz needs to play. Okay. I mean, I do like the Anfield rap. There's only like one person on the Anfield rap that I actually like, which is Josh Williams, but they don't have him on very often, so I don't really watch it that much. So he talks about Florian Wirtz, okay, and he talks about his role at Liverpool and his impact on Salah, okay, and I can actually give you the stats and the data on why Wirtz and Salah aren't working, and just how much they just haven't worked. Like, I'll be straight up, like, Grimaldo plays really wide, yeah, which would be perfect because Kirkes can do that. If you play Kirkes really wide, then you have Grimaldo for the Bayer Leverkusen. But you need to have Wirtz in space. Wirtz needs to pick the ball up and be able to run. He can't pick the ball up and then turn and dribble past players and run. That's not his game. Look at the way Wirtz is positioned in this game. He's so right. Wirtz needs space to operate in. Wirtz does not have space at Liverpool to operate in at all. He just hasn't. He hasn't got space at Liverpool. He's too congested. He's got too many players around him. And this is the area that Wirtz wants to work in. But guess who else works in that area? Guess who else works in that area? Ekitike, Cody Hapko, and also Alexis McAllister when he plays. And if Alexis McAllister doesn't play, then it's Dominic Szoboszlai. And they all work in that area. They all hang around in that space. Wirtz needs that space for him. Like, what was the point in spending 100 million on a guy that you aren't going to say, go and express yourself, go and take the game by the scruff of the neck, go and make things happen, be the orchestrator, be the catalyst, be the metronome, be that guy that you were at Bayer Leverkusen. But you're not letting him do that, because you're having him more central, where there's more players and there's more people around him and he's crowded. Like, he's not going to suddenly just pull a rabbit out the hat. Like, and he's tried. Like, Mo Salah probably should have scored 2 goals already for Florian Wirtz. Cody Hapko should have scored. Conor Bradley should have scored. Canate should have scored. Isaac should have scored. Ekitike should have scored. There's a number of Liverpool players that should have scored off Wirtz's. Frimpong should have put it in an open net, but he didn't. So Wirtz has been doing what he can do. But to really get the best out of Wirtz, you need to let him play on the left-hand side. Like, I don't see any other position in our team right now that needs a player to be more in control and to operate more as an orchestrator, as a creator, than the left-hand side. Because Cody Hapko has done 0 for Liverpool this season. 0. Nothing. No big chances created. Nothing. You don't even pass it to Kirkes now. You literally take the ball in and you shin it at players. You've had more shots than Mo Salah. Now, you've had more shots than Mo Salah, Cody, and you've done nothing. You've done nothing. It's a big problem. For me, you play Wirtz now. You play Wirtz on the left-hand side, and you give him the freedom to be able to express himself. And you tell Ekitike, stay out of Wirtz's way. Stay out of his way. Stay out of his way. Or you get Isaac in and you play Isaac in the 9. Not as a false 9. Not as a guy that drifts over to the left. Play him as a 9. And watch Wirtz get the ball to him and watch Wirtz create. And watch Wirtz probably start scoring goals. Because if you give Wirtz a little bit of room to run into on the left-hand flank, he will cut in and he will score you goals. 100%. 100%. And this is what James talks about. That's his touch match versus Palace. All over the place. All over the place. Like just picking the ball up in random places. Look how many plays he's got around him. Like, what is he supposed to do? Like, they've got 3 defenders in front of him. So what happens? Makes a run into the box, and then he gets closed down by 4 players. In the wrong position. I've said this from day one. As soon as we signed Wirtz, I said he needs to be on the left-hand side, and I thought he was going to replace Diaz. I genuinely thought he was going to replace Diaz. This is Wirtz again, running in, dribbling past players, got the space, bangs it in the goal. He's not doing it anymore. He's not doing it because he's not being played in the right position. He's just not doing it. He's just not doing it because he's not in the right position. And it's a simple fix. It's a simple fix. Like Wirtz has literally played for Germany on the left-hand side for all their qualifiers. All their qualifiers. That's where he's played. That's where he's played. Like this whole scenario of, oh, well, I can't get enough out of my number 10. Well, what you need to get out of your number 10, Arnie, is you need to get your number 10 to basically cover for Mo Salah and the right back. That's what you need to get out of your number 10 because that's what your number 10 gave you last season that won you the league. That's what happened. And the interesting thing he talks about here is the fact that Virgil van Dijk does not like passing the ball to Kerkez. Virgil van Dijk does not trust Kerkez. But there's a reason why. It's because Kerkez is in the wrong position most of the time and his body positioning is not in the right place. And Virgil van Dijk's pass map has now gone all over the place. Like, his pass map is just all over the place now. He used to have a real set way of passing the ball, but now he doesn't. And we need to change that. Like, we need to get Virgil back into the game where he can create the attack. But he's not getting the ball to Mo as much now. Mo's not dribbling anymore. Like, Mo's not shooting anymore. Mo's not getting enough touches anymore. Like, Mo was getting nearly 10 touches in the box last season. Now he's getting 4. 4. This is the lowest it's ever been in his career at Liverpool. It's not Mo's fault. It's not Mo's fault he's not getting the ball. Like, he's not got any runners. He's got nobody taking away players from him. And he's picking the ball up in positions where he's either too deep or he's got players all around him. And this is a big issue. Like, this is a big issue for Liverpool. We need to be able to figure this out. And one way of figuring it out is putting Dominic Szoboszlai back in the number 10. I think that is the easiest option you can make. Put Dom in the number 10 because Dom will look for Mo. Dom will instinctively look for Mo. And you have to play either Conor Bradley or Frimpong. Stop trying to shoehorn Dominic Szoboszlai into the right back position because he's not a right back. He's not a right back. He's not Trent. You have not got Trent anymore. You have to find another solution for your creativity. Well, you have it in Florian Wirtz, but you're not getting the best out of him because you're putting him in a situation where he's crowded out and he's not naturally in any space to run into. Like, most of the creativity that Wirtz has created for us this season is when he's had space to run forward with the ball. It's when he's had space to run forward. That's where he thrives. Well, you can't give him that if he's in the number 10 position. You can't. You can't give him that if he's in the number 10 position because he gets crowded out. This is Mo Salah scoring. Mo Salah had a really good game against Everton because funny enough, Dominic Szoboszlai was in the number 10. That's the reason why Mo Salah had a good game against Everton, because Dominic Szoboszlai played in the number 10 and Mo had a natural position player who gave him what he needed. He gave him the foil. He gave him Dom's played 4 times as a right back, 3 times as an attacking midfielder. Stop playing Dom in positions that he's not good at. Stop playing Dom in those positions. Just play him where he needs to be played. Give Mo, if you're going to play Mo, then you need to play Dominic Szoboszlai in the 10. But if you're not going to play Dominic Szoboszlai in the number 10, then you need to drop Mo Salah. That's your only option. And you need to play either Frimpong there or another player. But if you're adamant on playing Dominic Szoboszlai as a right back or a number 8, then you can't play Mo Salah anymore because he's a liability. He's not going to do what you want him to do. He's just not. And he's talking about Konaté's passing. Konaté's got some good passing on him. He has. Look at all the players around Mo. Look. All the players around Mo. Has to keep on going back. Can't go forward. It's picking it up in the wrong positions. I find it really interesting, the final formation that he picks, because he picks Curtis Jones in midfield, which is exactly who I would pick in midfield right now. I need someone who's going to be able to hold on to the ball, because the ball's like a hot potato right now. I find it really interesting with the slot's tactical stuff, because last season, it's interesting because last season we were praising him because he changed the formation, or he changed the tactics at half time, and you would get a different Liverpool in the second half. But then if you want to sit there and think about it from a I don't know, a critical level, is that just you didn't get it right in the first half? So that means that your tactics was shit in the first half, and you realised in the second half, I need to change it now. Is that a good thing, or is that a bad thing in the first place because you didn't get it right from the start? That's the only thing I question. So this is James's actual formation. So he wants Wirtz on the left, which is I want Wirtz on the left as well. And he actually drops Szoboszlai completely. So he drops Salah and Szoboszlai completely. He actually thinks those two are the problem. So James thinks that Szoboszlai and Salah are the problem because you either play both or you play none. You can't play one without the other, basically. That's what he's saying. And he needs those triangles to work again for Liverpool. And I do want to talk about the triangles because they don't exist anymore. And I can show you the numbers. They genuinely don't exist anymore. There's no more connectivity with Liverpool anymore. Well, there is, but not with the players that you want connectivity to. And he talks about 4-4-2, literally 4-4-2. And he talks about 4-2-4. But he talks about playing Ekitike and Isak. He thinks Ekitike could be like a number 10 for Liverpool. But he thinks of playing Rio Gigamoa or Frimpong as the right winger. It's really interesting. And he talks about how they get out of the press, which is really interesting as well, because it's really simple how they get out of the press. So that's the video with James. Definitely go and check out that video. I'm going to put the link in the chat now because it's a good video that I enjoyed watching. That's the video there. I agree. I agree. By the way, my 4-2-4 is shit. The 4-2-4 doesn't work. I agree. I agree. It's not. It's not a great. It's not a great formation. I agree. Yeah. So what I was saying was, like, we all thought he was like maybe a tactical genius because he change formation or change tactics in the middle of the game. Like, at half time we'd come out and we'd be a different team last season. But my issue is, does that mean you're good or does that mean you're bad because you didn't plan your team enough to actually come out and be good enough to start the game, and you realize, well, hang on a minute, this isn't working. And also, was it a case of every single game you played your tactics and then in the second half you reverted back to what Liverpool have been doing well with over the last couple of years? Like, I have to ask that question because Liverpool are a different animal right now. Like, the numbers don't lie. Like, this has been ongoing since the start of the year. This didn't suddenly just happen. Like, it just suddenly didn't just happen. This has been coming on for quite a while. So let's have a look at the other video and break this one down because this one's really, really interesting. Okay, there's a lot of numbers and stats in this, which I will talk about. But I want you to look at some of these numbers. So I want you to look at some of these numbers. Well, I can talk about these numbers as we go along. So, right. So what he's talking about XG production, which is expected goals. So we're about at 1.7 and the opposition's at 1.14. Okay. Now the conversation is, if your XG is around 0.8, yeah, as a season, as the whole season, then you're a good team. Okay. So if your XG is around 0.8 for the whole season, you're a good team. Okay. So you're not going to be a top team, but you're a good team. Okay. Bear this in mind. So it was 1.16 last season. Sorry, 1.6 last season. So 0.8 means you're a good team. Yeah. Then if you're going to contend to the title, you need to be around 1.2 and you're probably going to win the title. We were 1.6 last season. That's how good we were last season. Okay. In the end, over the whole season, in the end, 1.6. Yeah. Right now, we are tracking at 0.6. Okay. Right now, we are tracking at 0.6 overall this season. And just ignore the fact that we're second in the table. We won 5 on the bounce and we've lost two Premier League games. Ignore that. As a statistical number, as in goals scored, goals conceded, all of chances, everything in the whole package. The actual XG this season for Liverpool is 0.6. That puts us at 11th. That puts us at 11th. Sorry, not 11th. That puts us at 5th. Right now, that puts us as a 5th place team. Okay. Now you need to bear this in mind when we start going through this. Some of the information in here. Okay. So that puts us at a 5th, 6th place team right now. Even though we're second, the numbers we should actually be 6th. Okay, the numbers are really we should be 6th. Okay, so 4th, 5th place team, we look like a 4th or 5th place team in the numbers. Does that improve over the halves? Now, the halves are really interesting because how they work it out is they work out how well we play in the first half and how well we play in the second half, yeah, in games. Most first half games, yeah, we've been decent in most first half games because we've only gone behind once in a game first, yeah, and that's when we started losing games. So the real thing you need to ask yourself is if we'd have gone behind in other games, would we have lost those games? And that's the question. If we'd have gone behind against Bournemouth at home, or Everton at home, or Burnley away, or Newcastle away, or Arsenal at home, if we'd have gone behind first, would we have won the game? And according to the numbers, no, we wouldn't have won any of these games. We'd have stayed beaten or we'd have drawn. We wouldn't have been able to get back into the games because we don't have enough chances in the games or enough shots in the games. And we don't have enough XG, expected goals, to be able to drag ourselves back into winning positions. And that's the scary thought. That's the scary thought because this has been ongoing since January 2025. That we haven't had enough XG to be able to get ourselves out of trouble if we've gone behind in games. And our defence was so good last season, that we didn't need to worry about that issue. There was no worry about conceding a couple of goals or even going behind like a goal in games because we had the goals for us because we had enough chances and we also had a better defence. But this season we haven't created enough. We haven't created enough XG to get ourselves way up front in games, and we've relied too much on our goalkeeper. So we'll play this through. So this is called game state. So we've been dominant in games, but we haven't been able to score enough goals. And we've also been dominant up to a certain point on the pitch. And this is something I want to show you. Where is it? Okay, so last season, so this is called a Monte Carlo. Okay, so what they do is they run a sim over 10,000 games. So this season, yeah, you run the Monte Carlo over all the games we played. 65% of them we win. 65% of them are Liverpool games that we win. 26% are the opposition wins, and 8% are draws. Okay, this is so far this season. If you run that back last season, it was 78% Liverpool wins, and it was something like, I think it was 19 or 18% for the opposition wins. Like, those numbers are huge. That's a huge difference in the simulations in running the data if Liverpool win. I also wanted to show you this as well because this is crazy. So this was all our games this season. Liverpool versus all opposition this season, and this is the passing networks and the duels. Okay, so think of it like this: the passing networks, if they're deep red, means that there's a connection there, which means there's a very good chance the ball's going to go to that player all the time, and that player also knows the ball's coming from there. Yeah. So you've got the passing network between Ali and Virgil is high. Then the passing network from Virgil to Kirkes is high. So that's his go-to guy. Yeah. Then the passing network from Virgil to Canate is the highest out of anybody. Okay, so that always goes there. Yeah. Then you've got Virgil to Gravenberch is high. Well, it's not high, it's medium. Yeah. Then you've got Gravenberch to Sabozlai is medium. And then Sabozlai to Salah is high. Okay. Mo gets the ball from Sabozlai more than anybody else. Okay. We can see that for a fact. There is no passing network between any of our forwards. None whatsoever. Look, Mo hasn't got a passing network to Verts. Mo hasn't got a passing network to Ekitike. He hasn't got one to Cody. Cody hasn't got one to Kirkes. Cody hasn't got one to Gravenberch. He hasn't got one to McAllister. Like, Cody hasn't got a passing network to anybody on his side. So he's completely isolated on the left-hand side. Like, our left-hand side might as well just be Kirkes. You might as well just have Kirkes there, because the guy is completely, like, he's basically playing the game by himself. Cody is playing football on his own. Like, he just is. There's non-existent. There is no network of passing anywhere else on the pitch to him. Mo Salah has got a connection to Szoboszlai, but Mo Salah hasn't got a connection to Frimpong or Bradley. You can see the other two players that are just behind Mo. That's Conor Bradley's number, and that's also Frimpong's number. So both those numbers are sat there, and none of them have got a passing network to Mo. Like, it is so glaringly obvious that this team is completely disjointed in the attacking third. Completely. Like, so bad that none of the attackers have any connection to anybody in the other side of the pitch. They haven't got any connection to the midfielders, and they haven't got any connection to the wing, to the fullbacks. None of them. None of them whatsoever. The only person that Mo's connected to is Dominic Szoboszlai. And what are we doing right now with Dominic Szoboszlai? We're either playing him on the left-hand side in the 8 position, yeah, instead of McAllister, or we're playing him in the right-back position, where also Dom hasn't got a connection to him when he's on the right-back position. So Dom has to play. He has to play in the 10. Like, he has to play in the 10. And the interesting thing is, if you play him in the 10, the connection's still going to be there, but it's going to be a little bit higher. Just a little bit higher. And I mean, at the end of the day, like, what the hell did we sign Wirtz for if he's not connecting with Mo and he's not connecting with Cody? Or even Ekitike or Isaac? What did we sign him for? It's a big problem. It's a big, big problem. So that's game state. This one's crazy as well. So this one here is, I want to show you this. So this is the events. I can't remember I can't remember what the EVP stands for. EPV stands for. I can't remember what that stands for. But if you look at the map, yeah, if you look at the map for the whole season, in red, This is Liverpool in red, and blue is the opposition. Look at the amount of times we have the ball in this horseshoe formation. So you have this horseshoe here where you have loads in the middle, some down the left, some down the right, none in the final third, none in the box, 2% on the wings, 3% in the box, 4% in the box, 5%, and then 3%. Really, really low numbers. Really low numbers in that area. But then you've got the opposition. The opposition are getting the ball into our box nearly 26% more this season than they did last season. So if you add all this up, it comes to about 26. It comes to about 26%. All these numbers. The opposition's getting the ball in the box more against us, which is unheard of. It's not something that happened at Liverpool. Like, it just isn't. Like, it's crazy. It is crazy, the numbers. And like, it's a real concern because we've already conceded 5 set pieces this season in all games. Like, I think we only conceded I think it might have been 11 last season. We've already conceded 5. Like, it's a worry, and we don't score any set pieces. I think we've had 30 corners, and we scored 1 goal. Like, 30 corners, and we've scored 1 goal. It might even be more than 30, you know. Might be more than 30 now. But those numbers are wild. Like, they just are. And I mean, this is a really good podcast, by the way. Like, it's a lot of data. It is a lot of data, but it's a really good podcast. And Cy Brundish breaks down a lot, and he talks about. I'm going to put the link in the chat as well, so go and check that out. It's a really good podcast. Cy Brundish breaks down the fact that Liverpool have still never replaced Fabinho. Like, we have just never replaced Fabinho. Like, we don't have anybody who can do anything as near as good as us winning the ball in the midfield than Fabinho did. And we just never have. Like, we've never been able to find the Fabinho solution. Like, what made us so strong in that midfield? And it was one man. It was Fabinho. And we've still never been able to get it. Still never been able to get that back. Oh, it wasn't Bart. It was Cy. Cy Brundish didn't think those players were a good signing. And the interesting thing as well, if you listen to the podcast, they actually talk about Alexander Isak not being world class. Like, they literally say that Isak is a little bit better than an average striker. Like, his numbers just aren't as good as what everyone's waxing lyrical about. Like, it's crazy. It's true. It's true. The only thing is, if we did lose Gravenberch, then we would have to find another way, and maybe finding another way might be the solution. Like, it genuinely might be the solution. Like, that we don't have such an attacking midfield, because if you look at our team, I'm going to bring up the tactics board. So if you look at our team, so this is actually a team that I want to play, but this isn't our team. So if we look at our team, we're going to take some players out. 2 secs. I'm going to leave Isaac in there. Going to take out Frimpong because he probably won't play. But at the moment, it's Dominic Szoboszlai who plays like here. Mo plays like on an island. Cody plays in this area here. Vert plays kind of in this area. If it's not, where's Ekatike? Ekatike plays here. I mean, the crazy thing is that you've got those three players that all kind of play on top of each other, because they do. They all play like on top of each other. Let me just move them out of the way. So they all play like on top of each other, these four players, and there's no connection on the map. There's no connection. Like they don't connect with each other. There's no passing lanes or anything that connects these players together. So it's like, I find that really weird that you have such advanced players all in that little area there, and they don't have a good connection with each other. Like, that doesn't make any sense to me. Like, why you wouldn't have that by now. Where's Canate? Oh, Canate's there. So that's kind of how we play. So Grab plays quite high. Dom plays kind of here. Canate's kind of on his own. Kirkes is kind of here. I'll just move the opposition's team back just out of the way, because otherwise it's going to be a bit disjointed. So let me just move the opposition here. So I'll just do a 4-3-3. Oop. Let's do a 4-3-3. A lot of teams play this against us, by the way. Yeah, so just have that. It kind of looks a little bit like this. Like maybe a little bit more Verts is here, but Ekatike's like around here. Cody's quite close by. Max also kind of in this area. Gravenberch for some reason has been around here recently. Like this idea right now of Gravenberch like constantly making these runs. Gravenberch is just, it's just driving me nuts. Like I don't understand. I don't understand why he's been given the license to be able to. Why can't I do? I don't know why it's not letting me do it, but it's not letting me do it. But yeah, I mean, so the passing lanes right now it's Mamadashvili to Virgil, Virgil to Canate, Canate to Virgil, back to Canate, back to Virgil, over to Kirkes. Kirkes gets into a position where he's here. The opposition is right on top of him with their midfield and their attack here. Kirkes then has to go back. The opposition's got another forward here, another forward here, a midfielder here because they just box them in, kind of how they do it. And then you've got these three or these four all pushing here, but you've probably got fullbacks kind of in this area, and then you've got maybe two here. Goalkeeper can play like sweeper here. And then you've got Kirkes comes here, has to go back, goes back to Canate. Dom then comes into midfield more. Dom might get the ball. Gravenberch is quite high. Mo Salah's high anyway. Verts might kind of come around this area here. So then the ball just will end up going to Grav. Then it'll go to Mac. Then it'll go to Verts. Then it'll go to Cody. Then it'll go to Mac, Verts, Grav, Dom, maybe Mo. And it just keeps on going around this area here. And it ends up just being like this horseshoe here. This horseshoe. And then eventually the ball will get intercepted here or here. And then the opposition has got one pass, one cross, goal. Like literally Bournemouth all over again. Like that is how easy it could be. That is genuinely how easy it could be against Liverpool right now. And this space that Canate has to cover, because Dom's up here, Gav's round here. Like Canate's got like all of this space here on his own. Like Virgil might come up a bit higher. Like at the moment, Virgil's heat map is ahead of Canate's, but Canate's got all of this space here that he needs to cover. That's just not right. Like just take Dom out of the team and play him in the right position, and give Bradley a more defensive minded position to play in, where he doesn't stay touchline. He stays in this area here, but he's got the pace. And then Kirkes, push him wider. And Cody, get rid of Cody. Like, Cody's not been good all season. And play Vert there. Play Vert in a position where he's naturally feels good. Naturally feels comfortable in that position. Just get a bit of confidence back into the players. Like, that's the biggest thing for me. Like you bottled it against Chelsea because you went back to your tried and tested midfield, which meant you didn't trust your own team, because you ended up going back to McAllister, Gravenberch, and Dominic Szoboszlai. And in some spells, we should have won that game. But you need to give some more stability to your defence. So for me, drop Mac, play Curtis Jones. Yeah, so you can play your two midfielders, but keep them next to each other. Don't have like Grav here, Jones here, and then your number 10, who'd be Dom, like here. So you've got like this asymmetric midfield where none of them are in line. They're all out of position, but they're not even in a triangle either, which means they can all just get boxed and swarmed by the opposition, and they've got nowhere to go, which happened on a regular basis with Chelsea because they got a good midfield. So for me, keep Grav in the pivot, keep Jones next to him, put Dom right in front of them, so you've got this triangle, and you've also got this connection for Mo. Push Mo a little bit inside, which gives Bradley the space to go beyond if he needs to, which he doesn't have to, because I want you to play a more give and go with your fullbacks. So one fullback can go, the other one stays. Yeah, Ekatike can stay up top, but he can also drift over. And then you've got Wirtz, who's got all of this room to manoeuvre, all of this space here. He can do his stuff. So say I take all of the team out here. Let me just get rid of all of the team. Ooh. Let me just get rid of all of the team. Let me just move. Why isn't that working? Okay, so let me just remove. I don't know why it's not letting me do that. Remove. Okay, that didn't work. Right, I don't know what I've done. That work? Okay. Right, let me just get all these out of the way. 2 seconds. Let me just move all these out of the way. Can I flip that? Can I flip that? Can I flip it? Oops. I don't know what I've done. Okay. Yeah, so what we can do is we can cover a diagram in the box, okay? So let me just work this out 2 seconds. Okay, so we've got this we've been playing this horseshoe, haven't we, for God knows how long, okay? So let's just have the game up in the opposition's box. Okay, so you've got Ekatike, who's going to be around here. You've got Dom that's going to be around here. You've got Mo that's going to be around here. You've got Bradley, going to be a bit higher. Gravenberch, I want you to stay. Jones, I want you to stay. Virgil, you can come up higher. Canate, you can come up higher. Kirkez, I want you to give a bit more width here. Sorry, I want you to stay a bit more wider than Bradley, but a little bit higher. And then you got Verts. Okay, so if we get the ball to Verts around here, Verts has all of this free space to work off. And Ekatike can maybe operate in this area here, maybe make a run in, I don't know, but operate around here. Then Verts has got all of this area to work in, and he can go down, he can go further in if he wants, make a run into the box here. But then you've also got Kirkez providing the width. He also provides for cutbacks. Salah can get joy because Salah can be around this area, so he doesn't have to be a touchline. He also doesn't need to be down here. This isn't Mo's job. He can be in this area. Bradley can provide width, but I want Bradley to stay further back when Kirkez goes. But Dom can make that run in, takes away opposition players. Salah can then move the ball in, and then Salah can play the ball in. So Salah can do Travellas, outside of the foot crosses, and you've got Vert coming in, you've got Ekatike coming in, you've got Dom with a late run, you potentially got Curtis Jones, who can also be around here. But this is kind of how we played last season, where you've got Salah over to the back post, and you've got Vert basically playing as the Cody Capco role, where he knocks it in off the back post, and vice versa. Vert can play the ball into Salah. Salah can arrive back post. Dom can arrive. Jones can arrive. I don't want Grav up here. Doesn't need to be around here. Grav needs to stay back. And Jones has got the mentality to be able to know when to go and when to stay. But Jones can also go wide as well, which means if we're caught off guard, Jones can push wider. Kirkez has got the legs to get back anyway, but Kirkez has only had about 3 crosses into the box this season. Those numbers are just wildly low, like wildly low. But I just think he needs to stay touchline. I don't need to be seeing Kirkez in here. Don't need to be seeing him in here or here. It's not his job. He's a wide touchline fullback, and he's really good. Play him like that. Like, play him so he can just whip that ball in. And if you haven't got Ekatike, then you got Isaac. Isaac's a fox in the box. But even just those 3, like just seeing those 3 names as your forward line is just it should give you shivers down your spine if you're the opposition. But right now it doesn't do anything. But Salah needs help, and Dom can give him it. But Dom can also give him, if he loses the ball, Dom can get back. Like, Dom's got the legs to get back and to cover for Salah. But Salah needs blind runners to take away players, because right now Salah's got 2 on him at all time. Salah's just like this all the time. But give him Dom, guy's got to think about something to do there. Then Mo can cut inside. But right now, it's way too easy. It's way too easy right now playing against Liverpool. Playing against Liverpool, it's way too easy. Really, really, really need to look at the way we do things and make the pitch wider. Like, just make the pitch wider. Like, make the pitch wider. Give Verts room to run in. Give him room to run in. He's one of the best dribblers in the game. Like, Mo Salah isn't having a great season with dribbles. Like, I think he's done 1 all season. but that's not his game. Like he's lost the pace. He doesn't need to be doing that in games. Mo doesn't need to be dribbling the ball in areas where if he loses it, we're fucked. Like give it to the fullbacks and give it to Wirtz, but have Wirtz as a wider player. Play him on the left hand side. I remember seeing him on the left hand side against Atletico Madrid before Ekitike got injured, and I was just like, "Whoa!" Like he put like 2 or 3 balls in, and I just thought, "Wow!" Like this is it. This is it. This is the moment. This is when we start cooking. Now that he's been forced to play him there, but then he subbed him, and also like the substitutions have been absolutely atrocious this season. Like, I'm sorry, like, but just stop playing Endo. Like, just stop bringing Endo on now. There's just no point. Like, the 2 times you brought Endo on, we conceded a goal just after he came on. Like, we conceded 2 goals when you brought him on against Bournemouth, and we conceded a goal when you brought him on against Chelsea. Like, just stop doing it. Like, stop doing it now. The guy's 33 years old and he runs in treacle. Like, he's 33 years old. He's got no pace. He is just not needed. Like, if you're going to use him for the cup games. But just stop using him. Like, just bring Curtis Jones on. Or Trey Ione. Like, at least those guys can run. At least those guys can run. And for me, if you are so hell bent on not playing Frimpong as a right back anymore, then play him as a right winger and just put him on for Salah. Just put him on for Salah in games. Like when Salah goes dead, when Salah just drops off and he's done nothing in a game, bring Frimpong on. Just do that. Like, make your mind up now on players. Like, you need to start picking players consistently. You need to start picking your 5 at the back permanently. Like stop chopping and changing. Like, you either go with that left back or you go with that right back, and then you go with those 2 central defenders, and that's it. Stop twisting. Stop twisting because it's not helping. It's not helping Virgil. It's not helping Mamadashvili, and it's certainly not helping anybody else in the team when they don't know who their fullbacks are. We all know that last season, Tsimikas was a bit part player. We all know that he was just going to do a bit part job, and it was always going to be Robbo. Well, this season, is it going to be Kerkez? Because if it's not, then you play Robbo again. And I have no idea what you're doing on the right-hand side. Are you going to stick with Bradley? Or are you going to stick with Dominic Szoboszlai? Or are you going to play Frimpong? Because you've done all 3. And you need to decide who your 2 midfield pivots are. Like, start making your mind up now. You can't be chopping and changing 11 games into the season. And we still don't know who the first team is. We still don't know who the main forward line is because they're all over the place. You need to start making decisions. And it's important. It's so important now because we've got some really big games coming up. And I want to show you the games that we've got coming up. 2 seconds. Okay, so let's have a look at the games coming up. So we've got Manchester United. So we've got Manchester United coming up at the weekend, and they have their current form. So Manchester United's current form. Hang on, I'm not sharing my screen. 2 seconds. Let me share my screen. So we got Man United coming up. Yeah. Oops. So we've got Man United coming up, which is on Sunday, 4:30. So they beat Sunderland 2-0 at home. Big deal. Like, Sunderland just got promoted. They got beat by Brentford 3-1, with Thiago scoring 2 goals and Jensen. That was away. They beat Chelsea 2-1 at home. Casemiro and Bruno Fernandes. Chelsea had a brain fart with their goalkeeper. We couldn't do that with their goalkeeper. Then they got battered by Man City 3-0, and then they beat Burnley 3-2. Okay? They lost to Grimsby in the EFL Cup. They drew with Fulham, and they lost to Arsenal. Okay? That's their season. They have had an absolute stinker of a season. Okay? And they've got Brighton after us, and then Forest, and then Tottenham, and then Everton, and then Crystal Palace. So they've got some tough games coming up after us, yeah? This is a game we have to win. Like, we have to win this game. This can't be a draw. This has to be a win, okay? Then we have Eintracht Frankfurt. Now, Eintracht Frankfurt. Right. This team are absolutely on fire. Yeah. The last game, though, they did lose to Bayern Munich, but Bayern Munich have just battered everyone, to be honest. And they also lost to Atletico Madrid, but they have scored so many goals. Like, they are scoring so many goals in games. They beat Mönchengladbach 6-4 before the Atletico Madrid game. They got beat by Union Berlin 4-3, but they beat Galatasaray 5-1, and we got beat by Galatasaray. They also got beat by Leverkusen. They beat Hoffenheim 3-1. They beat Bremen 4-1, and they beat Engers 5-0. So they've scored goals. I don't know where they are in the league, actually. Frankfurt they're 7th, so they're not doing too good. So playing them could actually be a good time. Could be a good time to play them. And then we got Brentford. Brentford are a real mixed bag. Like, they really are a mixed bag. I think us playing Brentford right now is probably a bad time, because it looks like they've come into a bit of form. Oh no, they haven't. No, they haven't really. Okay, so they've got West Ham next. Brentford. They got beat by Man City 1-0. They beat Manchester United 3-1. They got beat by Fulham 3-1. They beat Aston Villa in the EFL Cup on penalties. They drew to Chelsea 2-2. They got beat by Sunderland, but they did beat Bournemouth in the EFL Cup 2-0. They beat Aston Villa 1-0, and they got beat by Forest in the Premier League 3-1. So Brentford are a bit of a mixed bag. So that could be any scoreline, the way Brentford play. And then we've obviously got Crystal Palace that we don't need to talk about. But I'll do a deeper dive on those games before we play them. So don't worry about that. So I'll do a deeper dive on those games when we play them. But yeah, what I wanted to talk about is I just wanted to talk about the tactical formation and the lineups, and also a little bit about what the other YouTube content creators have said, and also what the Anfield Index Pressure podcast has said, which is interesting stuff. I hope you've enjoyed the show. I'm literally, I think I'm 7 subscribers away from 1,900. If you're not a subscriber, can you please subscribe? That would be amazing. It's free, and I'd really appreciate it. And if you can like the video, I'd really appreciate it as well. I'm going to pass you on to another show now. We'll see who's live. I will do a preview to the Manchester United game. Maybe tomorrow. I probably will do that tomorrow. Either tomorrow or Friday. And we can also have a look at some of the other Premier League games that are coming up as well. I am going to do a conspiracies and rabbit holes show. I was going to do that tomorrow. In fact, I'll do that tomorrow. So I'm going to do that tomorrow. So stand by for that. That's for the members. Remember, if you want to become a member, it's 99p to become a member, and you obviously get access to all of the content that I've got for my Anfield tour, and I'm going to post up some more stuff for the museum tour, which you can have a look at. And obviously the conspiracies and rabbit hole show, which you can go and watch all of the previous episodes. I've done 7 now, or 8 or something like that. So we'll do more. Got some interesting stuff I want to talk about on that. And I will do a members call-in show as well around the upcoming games. I just need to get round to that. And I will start the conspiracies channel once I get 100 likes. 100 subscribers. Currently I'm on like 25, so I'm miles away. So that's going to be a while. But if someone, one of the mods, can put the conspiracies channel in the chat, that'd be great. Anyone who's not a subscriber, just go and subscribe. If you subscribe to this, then just go and subscribe to that, and then we can start that channel off. Let me see who's live now, and I will see you all tomorrow. Let me just see who's live. Bear with me. Let me also see who's. Sorry. Let me also see how many people have liked the video as well. Only 22 people have liked the video. Come on, guys. Come on. Let's get that up to like 30 at least. That's really low. I'm sorry. Okay, so let's see who's on. Who's on? So I'm going to send you over to. Yeah, I'm going to send you over to I'm going to send you over to MHF, which is Mo and Don's channel. So they're chopping it up now. So go and put in kmack raid, and I will see you all tomorrow, and we will do another show, which I'm not sure about yet, but we will. If you remember, put your notification bell on, because I'll do a conspiracy show. Yeah, brilliant. Thanks a lot, James. Just go and hit the subscribe to that. Once I get that up to 100, I'll start doing shows on there. Hit kmack raid, and I will see you all soon. Take care. Bye-bye.